This is the game of Clue on the Super Nintendo. Mr. Body was found in the study. Was Miss Scarlet the key? She was seen with the rope. She have used it. That's what we're gonna find out. Hang on just a moment. I have made a Clue on Super Nintendo video earlier, but I just want to do it again. This time we're gonna do it on Gumshoe. And we're gonna do 3 players again. I have done on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis on Amateur. Now I'm gonna try Gumshoe on Super Nintendo. This time I'll be Mrs. White against Mr. Green and Mrs. Peacock. I'm gonna reveal my cards. Okay, so these are the cards that I have. For those who don't know, the cards in your hand will tell you who, what, and where is not the answer to the crime. Let's play. Okay, so I'm using the notepad on the right again. So now it's my turn. I'm gonna roll the dice, or die rather, or roll the die. So yeah, Gumshoe introduces something. We will see that when we see that. Mr. Green. The conservatory suggests it was Mr. Green with the wrench. Something's in the study. So the wrench is in the study. It still gives you the normal clues that you would get, but there's something new that we will get to eventually. Almost at the ballroom. Mr. Green is going to make his suggestion. Colonel Mustard with the wrench. I guess he's going to see if he had the wrench or not. Colonel Mustard has something for sure. Nope, he does not have the wrench. Okay, so that's no. So, there's also these negative clues, which only tell you that a suspect didn't commit the crime in a certain room with a certain weapon, or with a certain weapon. And they could also tell you that only a certain weapon was not the weapon in a certain room. So, Miss Scarlet with the knife. Let me tell you something, it's not a knife. Mrs. Peacock has it. So I have the knife card, so that basically means Mrs. Peacock was innocent. I suggest it was Mrs. Peacock with a knife. To gain information, basically. Yup, they were in there. So the room of the murder was not the ballroom. Okay. Okay, so he thinks it was Mr. Green with the rope. Something's in the dining room. Mr. Green was in the dining room. So, since I have the dining room card, I know it was not Mr. Green. I wonder if he had a weapon. Suggesting me with the candlestick? How dare me! Okay, as you all know, the candlestick was not in the ballroom. Because the knife wasn't there. Mrs. Peacock had the knife. You should know, because you were there! The billiard room. I think it was, let's see, I think it was Professor Plum. With the, let's see, let's try the knife. Oh wait, Mrs. Peacock had the knife. Well, there's no weapon in there. No wonder. No wonder it was not the billiard room. Mr. Green's making an interrogation already? Let me tell you something. It was not Mrs. Peacock with the knife in the ballroom. The ballroom was filled with the echoes of the parties long since dead. Mrs. Peacock fidgeted nervously. She suddenly grabbed the knife. Wait! I'm certain it could not have been Mrs. Peacock. I have proof. Okay, why didn't he do it earlier? Weirdo. Do you want to get information on who, what? That's a dumb idea. You already know it wasn't that place, so why bother? I'm gonna say it was Mr. Green with the candlestick. Happened in the library. So, no one was in the library. So that basically means the library was not the room of the murder. We're learning something. Isn't that good? Now let's see. Mr. Green is gonna make a suggestion. He says Miss Scarlet with the lead pipe. Let me tell you something. No one was in there. Nor was a lead pipe. Okay. We just need to know what Mr. Green had. So, she says Miss Scarlet with the candlestick. So Scarlet has something. Not the candlestick. This is a very interesting way to play Clue. I think the original's better, but this game is good too. Mr. Green, you're gonna have to go downward. So Mrs. Peacock's gonna go to the lounge using the secret passage in the conservatory. She thinks it was Colonel Mustard with the lead pipe. I know the lead pipe's in the dining room. For sure. So the lead pipe was in the dining room, apparently. So now we know it was not the lead pipe, because Mr. Green was in the dining room. I'm gonna go to the study. I believe it was, let's see, Professor Plum with a rope. So something's in the lounge. Okay. So now we know the rope was in the lounge. Mr. Green goes to the billiard room. Let me tell you something, it's not the billiard room. Was Miss Scarlet with a wrench? I don't know. She asked something. Yep, she got the wrench. Peacock? Me with the candlestick? How dare you! I didn't have the candlestick, though. How dare me! I'm gonna make an interrogation. I believe it was Miss Scarlet with the wrench in the study. The fireplace crackled and lights danced on the walls of the study. Miss Scarlet laughed as she fixed her makeup and hair. She definitely hefted the wrench! That's an interesting possible scenario. So yeah, Miss Scarlet was the murderer! I'm gonna make an accusation, say it was Miss Scarlet with the wrench in the study. That was very interesting. That time I actually won. The fireplace crackled and the lights danced on the walls of the study. Miss Scarlet laughed as she fixed her makeup and hair. She definitely hefted the wrench. She had been hurt enough. And... Get your hands off me, you goons! I go peacefully. What a mess! This is dreadful business for a lady like me. So yeah, that time I win. So yeah, it was Miss Scarlet in the study with a wrench. Bye, everybody.